Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. Welcome to the Maryam Mkwanda show on Salam Media. So it is Women's Month, and we are obviously going to be having a lot more interviews regarding Women's Month and women's empowerment in everything women. Well, it is Women's Month in South Africa. I'm not sure about the rest of the world and what you guys are getting up to in the month of August. But on the 9th of August, we will be celebrating and commemorating Women's Month. So I'm going to be chatting to Birgitte Willers, who is the general manager for the Women for Women Foundation NPC, just to tell us a little bit more about what they do. Good morning, Birgitte.
Morning, Maryam. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And yourself?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, let's start off by telling us who the Women for Women Foundation is, because I noticed that there are quite a bit of Women for Women organizations. So tell us about the one that you manage.
So, Maryam, we've started in 2017, and we are a foundation who try and look after the underprivileged or less privileged communities of South Africa. And as you know, there are many communities who don't actually have access to basic life skills education. So what we try to do is to take a couple of girls within our scope of budget to teach them basic life skills such as opening a bank account and how to take care of themselves, to how to prepare for their first interview, or basic things that we take for granted, such as writing an email, things that their moms probably don't have the time to teach them on. I think we take for granted that our parents are there to teach us things and how to navigate our way through life. And this is not always the case for a majority of South African women.
Mm-hmm. While you have chosen to highlight these particular skills, many have chosen to, maybe they have not neglected them by choice, but they choose other ways to empower women. So, why did you choose these particular skills?
I think in South Africa there is a need for this, as we have a very poverty stricken community, like quite a few of them, and the work situation in South Africa. The typical workday of majority of women would be 4-5 a.m. wake up, then you commute to your work. After that, you arrive back home quite late in the evening, and there's not often time to spend time with your daughters to teach them these basic skills. And I think if we don't empower and teach these skills, we're not really paving a way for the women of South Africa to have a better future. So that's where it starts, it's education. And sometimes we want to fix something that's broken instead of like fixing it from the roots up. And I think it makes a massive difference if you start with the children. We've also included like early childhood development, so we can start even earlier to teach young girls that they're not destined for the past failures of their parents or their communities, and that they actually do have an opportunity, and they can actually accomplish dreams and visions. But this has to be implemented at a very young age, because it's almost too late when you're 20 years old to change somebody's mindset from destitute and poverty to you can actually achieve your goals and dreams. So you have to start quite early with that.
Mm-hmm. Now, speaking about early childhood development centers, one of the goals for Women for Women is to open up 3 fully functional ECDs in 3 townships. Tell us more about that, and who are the beneficiaries? Which townships will these ECDs be in?
So we've earmarked Langa as one of them. I know a wonderful lady that's done amazing work in Langa with some of the young girls, and we wanted to we were actually going to open this week, but obviously with the current situation, we are not able to do so. But we have 10 young girls in Langa under the age of 11 who we're going to start with for our first ECD center. And we are all ready with everything that we need for that to commence. But we will only be able to continue doing those workshops as soon as the circumstances with the COVID has been lifted. And then we've got another area in Centurion, in Gauteng, which we're going to look at. We still have a couple of complications that we need to pass, like resources such as furniture, and the biggest one being the location where we would like to do it. We need a safe environment which is friendly and accommodating towards these kids, because we also need to educate in a safe place. We can't educate where our children are not safe. That's one of the very important things when it comes to education.
Definitely. And how has the COVID-19 impacted the work that you do at Women for Women?
We've had quite a few challenges, as you can imagine. One of them being funding. We will get around this, though. We need funding to pay for basic things such as some of the tutors. We've got about 10 life skills classes that we give around South Africa, and we have to cover the costs of the teachers, like basic things like fuel and resources such as books and printing and things like that. So yes, we don't have income anymore when it comes to sponsors who assist us with making all of these things possible. We also do a couple of life skills workshops, like the city of Ekurhuleni, for example. We would do like a whole day workshop with a whole bunch of kids. So it would be about 120 kids in attendance. Then we would give them life skills, and we would give them a young girl's survival pack with menstrual sanitary wear and things like that. And we're not able to do it at the moment. So not only from a funding perspective, but also from a crowd gathering perspective, we're not able to do the work that we used to do throughout the year.
Well, COVID has definitely made it a bit more challenging for people and organizations to continue with their daily work and things that they used to do to help and empower people. Now, speaking of gender-based violence, as we know that we have seen a rise in women speaking out against gender-based violence, what is the stance of Women for Women, and what have you done on your stand against gender-based violence?
So for August, Women for Women has launched a campaign, Be the Whistleblower, and we have purchased 2,000 whistles, which we will be distributing amongst underprivileged communities for ladies to have, even if it is a small means, to alert others if they are in a dangerous position. And also, if they see somebody who is in danger, to also be able to blow the whistle on and try and attract attention to whatever it is that's happening at the moment. The campaign is also encouraging people to be whistleblowers, and when they know that something is going on and that there is something not right, to go and talk to somebody about it and actually expose the situation, because a lot of it is actually swept under the rug and not spoken about where it should have been brought to light. So this is our campaign for August, and we will make sure that we bring a lot of attention to things that are kept in the dark.
Yes, they need to be brought to light. Where to go? And what is your advice or message for the women in South Africa for Women's Month?
I think, times are changing, and we have to stay positive and know that we are not inferior to anybody else for that matter. And realistically, it's in our hands to pick ourselves up. We can't rely on a prince on a black horse to come and rescue us. We as women must rescue ourselves and be the change and bring the change ourselves, because we can do it.
Definitely, we can do it, and it all starts with us, and starts with us empowering each other and standing up for each other as women. Thank you so much for your time, Birgitte, and I wish you well in your future endeavors with Women for
Thanks
Women.
so much. I really appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Bye. That was Birgitte Willers, the General Manager for the Women for Women Foundation, NPC. You can get some more information on Women for Women. Well, yeah, Google Women for Women. If you have any comments, questions, queries, or suggestions, you may leave them in the comment section below, or you can send them to us on WhatsApp. The number is 061 055. No, man. Did I just forget the number? I always say I know the number, but just sometimes you have those moments. 061 766 0355. Thank you, Shazia. That was a lifesaver. I just don't know how I just went blank there for a moment. But anyways, thank you. You are listening to the Maryam Mkwanda Show on Salam Media. Do stay with us. We will be right back.